Hey there, Planet Poke people, it's me, DeoGenZ, here with another one of my collection videos. This time I'm going to be showing off my awesomely dawsome evolving lenticulars here. But first of all, I want to show off this little stack of goodies here, which is the stickers from that sticker book which I showed you all on my Pokemon figure collection revisited in HD. So these are the stickers that went in it. Turns out I had a lot more than I thought I did. Just turns out that I wanted to keep them separate. Which I understand why. I mean, if you look at the back here, it's got a little bit of information, very little bit of information, and it's put out by Artbox. I'm not sure if I've heard of that company. But I thought it would be a cool collection thing just to keep the stickers in pristine value, because I don't believe you could find these anywhere else but online now. And I used to find these all the time at my local Eckerd. And now that local Eckerd where I used to find these guys are not even around anymore. It's crazy what a couple of years can do to some familiar stores that you may have visited. Graveler looking like he's ready to go. Kabuto. Poliwhirl. So I doubt that I'll ever stick these anywhere. If I am going to, though, I'll probably stick them in that book. This was a really awesome one to get, Mewtwo. I was so surprised when I got it. Voltorb. One thing I really enjoyed about these stickers was the background. It was always very cool, elemental swirl of some sort. You know, whether it's Alakazam here with his future sight attack, it looks like, or Eevee in a normal looking background that's pastorally pleasing. Saita! Saita! That's more what he was saying. Snorlax sleeping on the job as usual. And nobody knows what the bottom half of a Diglett is. Do you? I know I don't. Poliwag. Metapod. Bulbasaur. Zubat. Oh wow, Vileplume. I didn't even know I had that one. That's cool. Clefairy. It's a shame though, I don't think I ever got my favorite Pokemon of the first generation, which is Gengar. I might have gotten a Haunter. Ooh, but Zapdos is pretty rare. Might have gotten a Haunter at some point, but never a Gengar. Oh, double Electabuzz. Who wants one? Jolteon. Charmeleon. Wartortle. The Pokemon rap is starting to come back in my head now from going over all these stickers here. Oh, cool. I got the evolution of Diglett as well. Trio. Kabutops. Very awesome. One of the first ancient Pokemon to be introduced. Cloyster. That was, I remember this Pokemon from the Biker Gang episode. That thing looked impervious to attacks. Even Pikachu's lightning couldn't strike it. Oddish. I'll have another one of these Gravelers. I didn't order these very well, as you could see, because we've had some repeats that I did not intend on seeing. Yep, there's the Haunter. I was pretty sure I had one. But no Gengar. Yeah, so every time I went to that Eckerd, every time I stopped there as a boy, I would get a pack of these because they didn't have actually any trading cards, surprisingly, but they did have the stickers. And what was also interesting about that particular Eckerd was that it had the movies. It had some of the, I think it had the Unknown movie, the Entei one, and maybe the Celebi one. I got them at that store. So this is my collection of rarer stickers that went at the back of the book. They're not so much Pokemon as they are selections from the anime. And they do show you who it is on the back there, as if you couldn't tell. Ash Ketchum. What was cool about these was they were shiny, so it was like a holographic card, but it was a sticker. Ash ready to go. Ash, Brock, Misty, and Pikachu. Yep, Ash and friends. That's funny. They don't even tell you who the friends are. And Charmander. This was always my favorite. Charmander, Searing Team Rocket. Oh, what a good one. Good times, good times. And Charmander running off. Now for the bulk of what you came here for today. My lenticular collection. Now, for those of you who don't know what a lenticular is, it's basically an image that you can flex or look at differently, and when you do, it changes. So we have Ghastly evolving into Haunter, going back to Ghastly, and so on and so forth. Too bad they didn't have the third evolution in this particular lenticular. They have Magnemite, Magneton. Magnezone wasn't invented back then. And this one was a cool one. Hitmonlee doesn't evolve, so they just have him doing a kick. Kick! 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 I've always enjoyed lenticulars. Oh man, this one was chewed by my cat. Ah-yah. I tell you man, cats are relentless. And there's Trico. So depending upon what angle you look at a lenticular is what you're going to see. Now see, this is cool because when you got into the third generation, unlike the first gen version here, put out by, oh wow, they're put out by the same people. Look at that, they just stepped up their game in the third gen. They have all the evolutions here. Have repeats. Oh wow, I have a bunch of, wow, that's 4 of the same lenticular. This one's a cool evolution, Cacnea to Cacturn. Cacturn always looked like a really awesome Pokemon to me. Do you like Mudkips? I know I do. Oh, the evolution chain's a little out of order there, depending upon how you flex it. You know, my mom's an artist and she actually works with lenticular. She has in the past at least. There's Lombre. Ludicolo. And it's pretty cool what you can do. It's essentially like moving artwork. And you have Meryl. Almost looks like he has 2 tails there because he goes into a Azumarill afterwards. And a repeat of the Azumarill. Sharpedo! And Carvana. It's really awesome because it's like a very low-tech animation solution. I know many of you are not used to seeing animation unless it is in something like an anime, but there's no circuitry to this. It's just a image laid on top of an image, and I've got 2 Wailord cards here. It's just an image overlaying on top of another image, and with these lenticular screens, you can hear they got a cool scratchy sound to them. With those, it can transform whatever you're looking at. You know what's interesting is that when I'm looking at this right now, I'm seeing a Torchic, but you guys are seeing on the camera a Blaziken. Now I see Blaziken, and you guys see Torchic, and I'm still seeing Blaziken. It's very funny how lenses and eyes react differently to these things. For me right now in real life, I see Raichu, but you guys saw Pikachu. Now I see Pichu, and you see Raichu. Very cool. And I think this is really something, repeat, you can only do with a HD camera because otherwise the quality is going to be not so good. Minun and Plusle, they don't evolve, but they do move. Doot, 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 doot. And I happen to have repeats of Minun. Oh wow, I have multiple repeats of Minun. Go check that out, that's interesting. Electric. Manectric, a very good electric dog form. Other than Raikou, because he's the electric dog everyone thinks of when you think of electric dogs. Got 2 Skitty Delcatty cards. Oh no, I've got 3 of them, never mind. I've got myself a Slacking. I got a hold a lot. I got a hold of these guys a lot. Much more than I did the stickers, I believe, because these were cooler than stickers. These were in themselves evolving Pokemon in the palm of my hand. And that was super badass at the time. Still is, which is why I'm showing it off today. It's interesting to see how Pokemon has merchandised itself in all elements. Wingull going to Pelipper. And you guys could even note the older looking Pokedex if you are more familiar with the black and white iteration of it. Swablu turning into Altaria. There we go. Okay, so Nincada goes to Ninjask. Okay, it doesn't have Shedinja, does it? No, this particular one does not show Shedinja. That's interesting. It does show Ninjask, and Ninjask is a nice supporting Pokemon. But this isn't a metagame video. Kirlia, Gardevoir. Oh, and this Nincada also goes into Ninjask, but this one, aha, there we go. I thought I had a Nincada that did that. This one goes to Shedinja. So that's pretty neat. They have two separate lenticular cards. One showing you the evolution chain with Ninjask and the other one with Nincada. No hints as to how to get these guys. That is, oh wow, I've got, how many of these guys? 3 of the Flygons. That's one thing that would have been nice if they had some kind of information on the back of where to find these guys in the game. But it's put out by a third party. It's put out by Artbox, so they may not be Pokemon masters, but Lenticular they can do. And boy, did they do it well. So I've got 2 of the Beautifly into Wurmple. Wurmple into Beautifly cards. Spoink into Grumpig. Duskull into Dusclops. If you guys know of there to be more lenticulars like this for other generations other than the 3rd, maybe the 4th and even 5th, comment below. Bayonetti and Shuppet. Poochyena and Mightyena. Mightyena is looking mighty ferocious. Seviper! It's always cool to see the non-evolving Pokemon, see what they move like. Medicham and Meditite. And Meditite was actually the first shiny that I ever saw in my life in Emerald. Saw it in Victory Road, and I had no Pokeballs to snag it. So I was bummed. First shiny I saw, never caught. That's not counting shiny Gyarados, of course, because everybody sees that first if you play Crystal or Gold or Silver. Cradillion Lileep, so that's pretty cool. I've got both of the Ancients from the 3rd gen, and I even got repeats of it. Oh, and this is one of the Planet Poke people's favorite. Aron into Lyron into Agron. So seamless how they shift too. It's just like do 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 do. Evolution. It's awesome. In fact, I've got 3 of those guys. And last but not least, a not lenticular card, but a 3D. So I don't really think that you guys can see the 3D on this camera because it's not set up for that. It doesn't have dual lenses, but it is really 3D. It's pretty cool. The well, it's interesting how it looks in the camera. It looks like it's trying to move around. Well, I guess you can kind of get a feel for the depth, but the Relicanth back there is very pushed into this scene, and it's neat looking at this. It's almost like a hint of what the 3DS is going to do, or what it was going to do, and does now without needing any 3D glasses to wear this. I think lenticular 3D is especially cool because I don't tend to get headaches, unlike when I view the 3DS sometimes and I tilt it like this. The nice thing about lenticulars, they're very flexible, very bendable. You know, you can even have your cat chew on them and they'll still work. As you can see with this card here, they still have the lenticular effect. So that is my lenticular collection of Pokemon from mostly the 3rd generation, but some from the 1st gen as well. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys have seen more of these in stores near you. I'd love to collect a lot of the 2nd gen, love to get my hands on a Gengar, and I'm curious to see if they went ahead and did the 4th and 5th gens as well. Alright guys, I'm DeoGenZ signing off for now, and I'll see you in the future.